welcome to Perspectives. My name is Jeff Brenner, and I am your host. Gay rights have come a long way here in the U.S. as we contemplate gay marriage. But in Russia, things are just beginning to heat up. According to a report from Moscow, gay rights activists staged a march in which government officials say is a threat to the moral pillars of society.
But don't y'all see where I'm connecting the dots between the expansion of government here in the country towards socialist principles and the erosion of our civil liberties, and that while it may not seem as though that what happened in Moscow could ever happen here, but it's kind of starting to happen. It's just that because it's happening to conservatives, nobody seems to care. People only seem to be concerned about the civil rights being taken away from groups that they agree with.
You think it's only being taken away from conservatives?
Well, I don't think it. I think that that's really who right now is under such a verbal assault. There is an actual movement under the guise of hate speech legislation to actually silence and to remove free speech from conservatives. I absolutely think that that's...
You know what, I don't agree with that,
that's a real movement going on right now.
No, I think...
In America?
I think it's...
Yeah,
liberals
absolutely.
take just as much
liberals,
as the conservatives. I don't think it's that skewed.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, I mean, they were beating out the homosexuals. I mean, they're liberal with their thoughts. They're trying to show you this is who I am. You know what I mean? So I think it's kind of going across the board. It's just anything that they feel like this goes against what we believe or what we want, then okay, we got to do away with this.
And I think a lot of people think of Russia as being really backward, and it's not now. In the last several years, ever since the communist regime was gone, it's become one of the most expensive cities in the world.
True,
and they have, you know, like where the food was just like hard bread and potatoes, is now they have world-renowned restaurants, and they've really come a long way.
In their, but maybe not in their thought process.
Well, no, I mean, it's still being run by, you know, this is leftover communist policies. But, you know, I keep, you know, I'm not sure if y'all really want to go there with this topic, but I think that we are moving towards, I mean, Howard Dean just said the other day that he no longer thinks that there's any debate about socialism. What happened in Moscow was about socialism. The Democratic Party and Howard Dean are trying to take us to socialism using the European model of socialism as just this utopia. Well, what's happening in Europe right now? Large parts of areas of Europe right now are under Sharia law, and within those areas, whether it's Paris or whether it's Stockholm or Copenhagen or London, Muslims are openly attacking and beating gay people on the streets. That's the European socialism that everybody wants to replicate here in the States. So I say that anybody's concerned about what happened in Moscow.
Okay, Andrea, that's kind of extreme. Okay,
so I agree.
A lot of times, Andrea, listen, I agree with a lot of things that you say, but just right there, I got to cut you off. It's never, ever going to happen over here. Muslims beating up gays in the middle of the street.
It's not going to happen.
First of all, the Muslims
they're getting beat up.
First of all, the
anybody.
Muslims are being hated around the world right now as the antagonists of violence.
Sorry, Robbie, you need to do your research because right now they're playing Muslim prayer over the loudspeakers in Dearborn, Michigan. We actually have a czar that's been appointed by President Obama who thinks that Sharia law should be under consideration by the Supreme Court.
No, but you know, no, Muslims are. Listen, I
love you, Robert, but it is fact.
No, I was at the airport. I'm telling you, Muslims. I seen a Muslim just get frisked. And this was a lady. I mean, I was like, I'm not kidding. I was like, well, wait a minute, look under there. I mean, I'm like, I was with him. I was look under the. Pull that off. Look and make sure everything's okay.
Right.
You know?
Well, I
know it's evil, but
that's a whole different topic. Racial profiling is. I mean, the fact of the matter is, what I'm trying to do is connect the dots more between communism and socialism and what happened in Moscow and the threat that places to us here.
So you're saying that what happened in Moscow is going to happen over here in the United States?
I'm saying
you're saying that we're going to go backwards?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think as a whole.
We're advancing.
I think that individuals are starting to go backwards, but I don't think that as a country, not as a whole.
We are advancing
as
forward.
A group, we are.
I mean, we are more liberal and more open these days than we have ever been in the past.
Robert, there has been more erosion of American civil liberties under the name of progression and under the name of advancement than any other time in our history.
That's right.
We need to move
I don't
on.
have to name these magazines.
But again, I do believe what's happening in Moscow right now. It's great. They are starting.
It's the beginning.
It's the beginning of the Great Revolution, and it's going to happen. You know, just like how it did for us in our country.
Yeah,
you know, when it started out in the late 50s, 60s, gay, civil rights, women's rights. It just get into all that. I mean, a third world country like Russia is just going to It's gonna click.
I mean, I don't think they would have been able to even mention anything like this like
Exactly.
40 years ago.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, thank God for moving forward, right, guys?
All right, we're moving forward.
Give me your perspective.